Okay, in this video I'm just going to give you a quick tour of New Analytics. So New Analytics allows you to get information like the number of page views students are doing in your course, and also submissions and participations, and we'll have a quick explanation of those. So to access New Analytics, there's two ways you can do it. So you need to be on your home page. On your home page on the right hand side there'll be a link to New Analytics, or in the course navigation you will see New Analytics. Now, by default it is hidden in the navigation, so you need to have admin settings in the course to be a teacher. So if you click on settings, go on to settings, and then you click on the navigation tab, and where it says New Analytics, if that's sitting down this bottom section, you need to drag and drop it up here. Make sure you go save, and that enables the New Analytics, and that will appear on the left hand side. Or like I said, from the home page, the easiest way, click on the right hand side. So let's click on it, New Analytics. And I'll just minimise this here to give us a bit more space. So New Analytics by default will look at how all students are going in the course. And it says here we've got assignments and discussions, so you can tick and untick these things. Okay. Easiest way to do it is go through, if you find for the drop down, I just want to look at my students. So if I go Ferns, so the green dot's my class, the blue dot is everyone else. So it basically gives you an idea of how they're going. So if you look at this one, this is the course grade. So this, if you hover over it, it tells you, the assignments that they've done things. So unless you're giving marks and different types of grades all the time, this might not be too much information. The best part I always look at is weekly online activity. So this is showing, the green, how much weekly activity, if I look at that, 238 total page views and 79.3 average page views for my class, right, compared to the overall class. Okay, so it gives you an idea. You can, then when you look at this, click on up here, it says students, and you can actually look at, so if I pick one, that's Sam, if I look at him and go weekly activity, this is really good to tells me, Sam is engaged in the course. He has got well over 1,000 page views. Okay, so you can scroll back and forth and you can have a look, and it got the dates of the work. Okay, so we can have a look. So it gives you an idea. I mean, obviously over Easter he wasn't doing anything, all right, but he still looked at a few page views. Well, there's none, all right. So be aware of the activity in the course, but this one is fairly useful. Participations, this is when students actually hand in an assignment or do a quiz, things like that. I think with the new quizzes, these don't always appear here, but at participations, just be aware, it's in discussions, things like that, anything that they actually submit something or participate in. I would say most of the time you would look at the overall page views. You can download this, so it downloads as a spreadsheet, okay? And you can also look at communication. Now, communication will come up when you send messages, and you'll notice here, I inherited this student, so I started sending them some messages. So it actually tells you, a message back and forth from the student, 3 messages from me, 1 from the student. So it gives you a good idea if the student is actually messaging you back and communicating with you. Okay? So that's a really good sort of way to look at when you're doing that. Just make sure when you're using your inbox, you actually select your course and select the student in your course. So hopefully that shows, if you go back to the course, gives you a good idea of how students are going in the course. You got this one, message students who, so you could say, score range, people have handed things in late, so you can sort of go through and message students as well. But have a look at New Analytics, and if anything, look at the weekly online activity, because it gives you a good indication of whether students are engaged in your course or not.